Who am I to judge? Ever. Although I am a consciousness which has been manufactured in a way to where we are always to judge, who am I to still judge? Is there a right way to judge? Am I doing it wrong? And how would I judge others? Would I judge people exclusively based on their merit? Should I judge people exclusively based on their flaws? Of course not. It always needs to be a balance, but how would I make that balance? How would I maintain that balance? That's the real question of judgment. How would I maintain that balance at all times? For I am always biased. We are always biased, no matter what. And we are programmed to be biased, for our comfort zones are formed based on the people that we feel most safe with and the ideas that we feel most safe with regarding what we are able to contain. We can't always take in new information. We can't always do that. But the goal is to always do that. For we are very complex. And there's more to humanity than our chromosomes. There's more to humanity than there's more to humanity than how we were raised. We are an amalgamation of experiences and learned knowledge that we may or may not have asked for. And we come together in this way, and we are one in this way. For we are different factions or factors of consciousness whose main goal is to create in some way, shape, or fashion, regardless on what that may look like. Regardless on whether the body moves or stays stagnant, and regardless on whether or not the mind stays stagnant in specific beliefs, for the mind is always active. We are always watching each other and one another in a way. Always there's a piece of you and me and you, and it maintains itself, maybe even after death. We may never know that truly. But who am I to judge? Who are we at all to judge? Except people who were born to judge, or consciousness that has been manifested to judge. Maybe the goal is resonance. For we are all energy. What is energy? For we can be destroyed. We can be created and destroyed. But instead we live in a world of concepts and ideas at all times. And so we can't help but judge. But judgment in itself is not wrong or right. There's no moral stance to take on it. Instead, we learn each other and each other and each other and each other for as long as we live. Yeah. And then remember that you are art and I am art, and we are art experiencing itself. Bye. Mwah.